Hi there. When your children come to see me, Mrs. Brockwell, for reading instruction, we do a program called Phonics First, and it comes with a bunch of supplies and some things that we use during our time together that you're not going to have at home. But the word of coronavirus homeschooling is improvise. So I'm going to show you a few ways that you can use things from around the house to improvise or to replace some of the things that we use during our time together. So when we practice red words, we use a bumpy screen, and it's a red bumpy screen because they're red words. Now, if you don't have this at home, that's fine. They do have them in the sewing section at Walmart, but I don't expect you to go out and buy that, and you don't need to. If you have sandpaper, you can use sandpaper, and honestly, if you don't during this time, them practicing their words the way we're going to do it is going to be good practice anyway. So if it don't concern yourself, don't not do it because you don't have the supply. I'm showing you some things you can use, but if you don't have it, just use what you have, and they can follow along with the lesson even without it, because they're going to know what we're doing. We will be doing through the week, we'll be doing what we call vowel intensives, and we usually have vowel sticks in the classroom, but at home you could use index cards, you can use Post-its. Simply just write it on there. I'm going to get a marker real quick, and I can do that really fast, and it's pretty close. I can just, the ones we're going to be using for this week are going to be A and O, so I could just do a real quick a vowel paper for that, okay? So that's an easy way to do your vowel sticks. If you don't have Post-its or index cards, a piece of paper cut in two works just as well. Also, I do suggest you can use either computer paper or lined paper. It doesn't matter. But I would suggest for our red word practice that you cut them in thirds so you can get more bang for your buck, because they're only going to be writing one word on here, so there's no reason they need the whole paper. So even in my class, we use computer paper cut in thirds, so that's an easy thing to do at home. If you don't have computer paper, again, lined paper works just as good. And that'll give you your week's supply for red words, more than a week's supply, really. Now, the big thing that we use that the kids really do enjoy is what we call sand trays. And on sand trays, it's a tray with simply sand, and we're working on letter formation. You probably don't have that fancy sand, so what we do have is sugar. So I just put 6 teaspoons of sugar in here, so that when I write my words, or not words, we don't write words, we just write letters. So if I write my letter, I can see my letter formation. So if I said write the letter that makes the A sound, your child would write the letter A and say A, and they can see how that makes they can see underneath how it goes, and it gives them that gritty texture. That's what we're looking for. And then we simply say shake, shake, shake. My kids know that shake, shake, shake means a gentle shake, not shake out of the tray, so they should not have this all over your house. Okay, that was the mother teacher look, okay? Another thing we use is we call it a tap mat. They would need red, green, and yellow. And we use that for when we're doing our dictation or our writing. And it's simply, you can use, again, one of those pieces of papers that you just cut, and they can do a green circle, and then they're going to do a yellow circle, and then they're going to do a red circle. So easy peasy, something you can do at home. This coronavirus should be teaching us how we can survive on less and do more with less. So this is all we would need. Simply red, yellow, green. Green, yellow, red. Okay, for our tap mat. So those are the materials you're going to need for the whole week. I will do lessons in a whole week, and you can choose if you want to do one lesson a day, or if you want them to do half the lessons in one day and the rest of the lessons in another day, you can. At some point, I will be getting ahead so that we can do more than 1 week in a week. If you would choose to do that. I'm backing up some lessons, so they might be like, we already did this, but it's been a couple weeks since we've been at school, so I wanted to kind of review, start with something they're familiar with, and then start looking at some of the new stuff.